This is Hayes Q Jones, your DVD and Blu-ray baller on a budget. And this is HQ Videos for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please like, share, subscribe. If you're a current subscriber, well, you know the deal. Come on in, make yourself at home. This week takes you back to one of my favorite places, Dollar Tree. I love going to Dollar Tree. For me, it's just like Christmas every month. I can find new movies there for $1.25. If you're one of these Blu-ray or 4K snobs that doesn't watch DVDs, this might not be the channel for you. I just like good movies. I don't care if it's on VHS, DVD, Laserdisc, DVD, 4K. A good movie is a good movie. And speaking of good movies, I'm one of these unusual individuals. Not only do I collect movies, yes, I actually watch them on a weekly basis. Just like to share some of the things I watched, either physical media, streaming, or sometimes actual theater, like last week. This week, I'm going to kick it off with a 1988 classic comedy, Johnny Be Good, directed by Bud Smith, starring one of the Brat Packs, I guess one or two of the Brat Pack, Anthony Michael Hall, Robert Downey Jr. I'm not sure if Robert Downey Jr. was considered part of the Brat Pack or not, though. But Robert Downey Jr., I think this is pre-drug rehab. Paul Gleason, and it said introducing Uma Thurman, making you think this was her first movie. Actually, Kiss Daddy Goodnight was Uma Thurman's first movie, so this was her second movie. But those are the main characters. And the plot, Anthony Michael Hall is this premier high school quarterback, and all the major colleges want him to go to their college. And they're all recruiting him, some unethically trying to get him to go to school. And the story revolves around that. Not a great movie, but it's a fun movie. It's very nostalgic. It's hilarious seeing a young Anthony Michael Hall. He hasn't really changed a lot. The same kind of quirky, offbeat sense of humor. That's still Anthony Michael Hall. Just seeing a young Uma Thurman. Now I see what my wife was talking about by Uma Thurman's and Ethan Hawke's daughter. Young Uma Thurman and her daughter, very similar. Fun movie, very nostalgic of the 80s. Get the opportunity to see it live or streaming. Might be hard to see it, physical media or streaming. It might be hard to see it physical media because it's on Olive Films, and I think they're going out of business. So, but get the opportunity, Johnny Be Good. My next film is actually a streaming film, Netflix The Strays. This came out in 2023. This is a British thriller. It actually gave it the genre of British horror thriller. I think more thriller suspense, but it did kind of have a stalking type aspect to it, similar to Jordan Peele's movies Us, but this is starring several actors I'm not really familiar with, the British actors. I believe it's Ashley Madueke, I believe. Madueke, Madekwe, Bouquet Bakray, Jordan Myrie, and Samuel Small. This revolves around a mother and her family. I'm trying to be very vague. I don't want to give too much of the plot. It has a lot to do with race. It's a black mother with a white father and her multi-ethnic kids. And she's seeing images from her past that really disturb her. And it's little nuances to the film that make it very interesting, how she's constantly scratching her head under the wig, how she's hypersensitive to how she speaks and the things she says and how she deals with things. And if you're a certain person of a certain background, you can identify with the movie. It's very interesting, very deep, more of a psychological thriller suspense movie, not so much horror. If you're just afraid of what she was afraid of, I guess that would be horrific. And I'm being intentionally vague for a reason. And you see the movie, you understand, you know what I'm talking about, though. But very good movie. 2023 Netflix, The Strays. Next movie is a 2018 action thriller / home invasion movie. This is 2018's Break-In, the director's cut. This was directed by James McTeague, starring the lovely and questionable Gabrielle Union, Billy Burke, Rachel Cabral, and I believe it's Agiona Alexis. Gabrielle Union inherits her father's house, huge house on acres. Her father, having a questionable past, passes, and she basically assumes the house and is trying to prepare the house for sale. She has an estranged relationship with her father, and the movie revolves around these people who want something in the house that they believe her father had attained. The movie revolves around that. It's your typical home invasion movie, suspenseful, tense at times, very fun movie. Love watching Gabrielle Union. Always been attracted to her since the cheerleading movie with Kirsten Dunst. Can't think of it offhand though. But fun movie, 2018, Breaking In, director's cut. Last pick is a classic. It's a 1989 neo-noir action thriller Japanese film. They dubbed it a Japanese film, Black Rain. This is directed by Ridley Scott. The name Ridley Scott sounds familiar. Aliens. Starring Michael Douglas, Andy Garcia, a young Michael Douglas, a young Andy Garcia, Ken Takakura, and Kate Capshaw. The name Kate Capshaw sounds familiar. You might know her from Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. I think she was in that television show with Horseface chick. I can't think of that name. Never watched the show that much. But the four chicks in New York. But Black Rain is about a cop, very questionable cop, Michael Douglas, who sees this horrific act by this member of the Yakuza. I don't call them a gang, triad, whatever, of the Yakuza group. And they take him back to Japan for extradition, and the story kind of goes from there. It's relatively fast, not fast, it's medium-paced action, a lot of suspense. You can just feel the cockiness from Michael Douglas coming off the scene, just a young Michael Douglas. He was channeling his father, Kirk Douglas, doing Ben-Hur, but very fun movie, very good to look back and see these guys as young actors, Andy Garcia and Michael Douglas, like Ken Takakura also. Get the opportunity, check it out, 1989's Black Rain. Now, without further ado, sit back, relax, have a drink, have a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video.
Out here in Lakeland. Haven't been out here maybe since the middle of 2022. Let's check out their Dollar Tree. Strong smell of onions. And not a good smell at that. Good, how are you? We are back at the Black Cave. Back at the Black Cave. We are back at the motherfucking Black Cave. Have my Dollar Tree delights here. Let me get them scanned in. We'll get into this and get you people on your good way. Hold on. We're going to kick it off with some Dollar Tree horror. This is scanned in as the name Silhouette, but it's a haunting in Texas. Very cheesy sea horror. Entertaining, and this is an ITN release. Haunting in Texas, also known as Silhouette. I have another one of my music DVDs. Never heard of this guy. You So Enjoy, live in Montreal. I'm guessing he might be New Age, reggae, not positive, but we shall see. And this is, what kind of release is this? It says Xbox. $1989. I'm not sure. I guess it's an Xbox release. And if anyone knows how to pronounce this guy's name, please let me know. You so enjoy. We have I think this is a BET release. Yes. Omarion. And I forgot what group he used to be in as a kid. They were in House Party. I remember the kid group he was in. Omarion. I've seen this on, I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen previews of this either on Netflix or Amazon Prime. Three Identical Strangers. This is based on a true story. These three brothers who were separated at birth run into each other, and I don't know all the details of it though, and I guess there's some nefarious story behind how they were separated at birth, but we'll check this out eventually. It's Universal release, Three Identical Strangers. Next, we have Anna Paquin, Free Ride, based on a true story. That crime pays or costs you everything. I can't disagree with that. This is a 4A or 4-phase film. 4-phase film. I'm not familiar with her. I've probably seen her or something, just don't recognize the name of the face right now. Free Ride, based on a true story, phase 4 film. Next, we have Stephen Dorff and Eddie Griffin, great classical stand-up comedian. Eddie Griffin, American Hero. I've seen previews of this too. I think this guy gets some kind of superpowers. It's a comedy, screen media release. So Eddie Griffin's usually good for a couple laughs. American Hero. We have another I'm not sure who released this one. Another BC horror movie, The Haunting of Hyde House. Nice slipcover though. ITN release. The Haunting of Hyde House. This was kind of wild right here, The Summoning. It goes by another name also, Conjure the Dead, Evil Will Rise. I think the thing that messed it up for me were the dubbed vocals. Is a lot of times hit or miss when they're doing dubbing in different languages. Sometimes it's not that bad, like in Squid Games. They did a pretty good job with the vocals matching the people, and sometimes they get a little goofy. And I think if we're not for the vocals, it would have been a little better movie, but still not bad. The Summoning. It's kind of like a possession type movie. ITN release. This was an interesting one. Not a big Dean Cain fan. Luke Goss and Jess Impiazzi, Override. Another ITN release. And she's like it's a game show. And she is, for lack of a better word, an android or a robot, a very lifelike one. And don't want to get too much into details though, but it's a television show, and the general public is to see her, and a part of the general public thinks she's being exploited. And I'll leave it at that. Very interesting, low budget sci-fi movie, I-10 with Luke Goss. Not a bad movie. Next, I've seen trailers of this. John Lithgow, and that Blythe Danner. I've seen it before. I didn't know that was her name. This is a Universal release, Tomorrow Man. And he was like a end of times prepper. He has this bunker filled with supplies, and he meets her, and the story blossoms from there. Haven't seen this, but it looks very interesting. Always like John Lithgow, very interesting actor. The Tomorrow Man, Universal release. This one looked interesting also. There's been a lot of coal miner movies over the past decade or so, but I haven't seen this one. 9 coal miners, 2 miles underground, 1 hour of oxygen, mile 9. This is Alliance film. Haven't seen this one though. Mile 9. Next we have another UMC. I have quite a few of these. I haven't watched them yet though. I don't know what channel UMC is on, but it's 40 and Single Season 1. Brought my attention, Vanessa Williams and Leon Robinson. Leon Robinson right there. Where's Vanessa at? Where's Vanessa? Oh, it's probably the other Vanessa Williams. There's 2 Vanessa Williams, one from New Jack City. I think that's Vanessa Williams. I think it's the other Vanessa Williams, the beauty pageant one. And very nice slipcover, 40s raised. And you have the 2 discs here. And I actually have Monogamy, which I haven't seen yet. I have this one, which I haven't seen yet. And that's it. 40 and Single. 2 disc set, Season 1. Okay, these are the DVDs. Let's get into the Blu-rays. Hold on. Going to jump into the Blu-rays with Jed Nelson and C. Thomas Howell. Pretty much the actors from the 80s. This is a Shout Studio release. Interesting. It's a war film. Don't know anything about it though. Of course, with Shout, they always have the nice artwork on the back. Nice artwork. Dauntless, The Battle of Midway. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's the same movie as the actual movie Midway. I'm sure it's probably something similar. Dauntless. Next we have Meryl Streep, Hugh Grant, Florence Foster Jenkins, charming and delightful. I always like Meryl Streep, excellent actress. This is the Paramount release. So I have the Blu-ray, the DVD, and we'll see if this works. Florence Foster Jenkins. Next, we have Danny Collins, based on a true story. My man Al Pacino, Annette Bening, Jennifer Garner, Bobby Cannavale. Yeah, that's him, and Christopher Plummer. Star-studded cast. And pretty much anything with Pacino, I'm definitely just gonna give it a shot. Danny Collins. Universal release. DVD Blu-ray with the digital. Next we have Ethan Hawke, Good Kill. I think this is about drones. I think he's like a drone pilot maybe. I've seen trailers of this. But I have the Blu-ray, DVD, digital code, and this is the Paramount release. Good Kill. Next we have Doctor Who, which I've never seen any of these, but I like sci-fi. It's been around a while, so it must be something to Doctor Who. I just have to get into it. So And I have quite a few of these from Dollar Tree, even a couple 3D ones. The BBS release, Doctor Who. Another Doctor Who BBC, The End of Times Part 1 and Part 2. So I guess this is Part 2 and Part... Let's figure out which one's this one. Both have number 2 on them. Oh, Part 1. Part 2, there we go. Reading is fundamental. Doctor Who. End of Time, Part 1 and Part 2. More Doctor Who. The Waters of Mars. I guess this is one episode. I guess Doctor, but this is 2. The Water of Mars. And that's it for the Dollar Tree, but you know, I have to do my classic pick of the week and my 3D pick for the week. My 3D pick for the week, Michael Madsen, Board or Die. Kellen Lutz, 3D pick. So I guess it's like a thrill skateboard, snowboarding type movie. Board or Die. And to finish things off, my classic pick for the week, Sade Live, Blu-ray, Bring Me Home, Live 2011. One of the most beautiful songstress ever to pick up a mic. Beautiful, beautiful voice. I dare to say she might even sound better live than she does in some of her actual performance DVDs. Excellent, excellent live performance. Sade, Bring Me Home, Live 2011. And this is my Dollar Tree pick for the month. Give me a moment. Let me separate the plastic from the disc and the artwork and get you good people on your way. Hold on. I have everything scanned into my CLZ Movies app. C's in Charlie, Charlie's Angels, L as in Love or Lust, Z as in Zoolander. And let's wrap this up. I have everything laid out, ready to be put back in its proper place. As usual, I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. If you made this far, give me the big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone be safe. Deuces.